Greetings, beloveds. Beloveds, we come to you with messages that are meant to help you to remember, shall we say, what it is that has long ago been forgotten. The memories are of a life that was more joyous, a life that was more pleasurable, a life that was more engaging than the confinement that you have squeezed and shrunken yourself down into, that is the reality that you now know as life and livingness. Understand that what it is that you desire is always what is made manifest, but you have limited yourselves. You have said, I cannot call myself this, I cannot be this, I cannot feel this, I cannot desire this, I cannot want that. The question that we would have for you is, why not? Why would you limit yourself from having anything? Why would you say, I cannot be attracted to this person, I cannot desire to have this thing? Why would you limit yourself, except that somewhere you have been told through an authority that you must not want this, you must not desire this. This is to be shameful. You should feel guilty for this. You cannot have that. If you are going to be a good Jewish girl, if you are going to be a good Christian boy, and understand, beloveds, that we truly had nothing to do with what became the advent of Christianity, or the culture in which we had all lived and had known each other, started as an Essene culture that has then become what has been known as the Hebrew culture. The language that we spoke was Aramaic, and blessings to you, beloved one. There is so much that has been lost in translation over these many thousands of years, these multitude of lifetimes that each of you have lived. Here is the very, very truth of it. When you find yourself excited by a person, by a certain circumstance, allow your energy to go towards what it is that titillates you, what it is that brings joy to you, what it is that provides comfort, what it is that, as they say, turns you on. There is no shame to be had in anything that you do. The birth of the being that was known as my son, Yeshua ben Joseph, it has been misnamed. It has been told to be a virgin birth, but I would like to say that it was far from that. It was actually an indulgence of an attraction that was had to a certain man. And there was a coming together of two souls. This was preordained. This was chosen. He was indeed Roman. He was indeed chosen. There was not violence. There was passion. There's passion in all things. There are stories that have been told of a virgin birth, but I can assure you, beloveds, at the time of the taking, I was a virgin, but I did not remain so. For biologically, it is impossible to have a virgin birth. You must understand. Now, this may fly in the face of all that you have been told through stories that have been written, but we would like you to hear the truth from us. Sexuality is a bringing together of a man and a woman, a man and a man, a woman and a woman. There is sexuality that occurs between children. There is sexuality that occurs between an adult and a child. And understand, beloveds, that there is some degree of agreement, of a soul contract, if you will, to all of this. All of this has been agreed upon, even in the moments of what is considered to be rape, even in the moments of what is considered to be sexual violence. All of this has been a choice to experience what it is to be other than how you were created as a being of love. These are all various shades and degrees of love, beloveds. These are all ways in which you have allowed yourself to experience what it is to be of the divine, and what it is to be of the light, and then what it is to be of the shadow. The only way to truly define the light, beloveds, the only way to truly define any object is to find what it is not. If you look upon a hand, what defines a hand is what is not the hand that separates the figures, what it is that is not the body that separates one body from another. So when you look to see what is love, you would need to have an experience of what is not love in comparison in a world of duality. And this is a world of duality. And what creates a child is a coming together of a sperm and an egg. This does not happen other than being in a womb. So I assure you, beloveds, that the story and the mystery that has been created around this supposed virgin birth is not truth. There are many that would like to turn this into a magical event. It was as normal as any other birth has been. Did indeed we agree these stories would be told? Yes. Are there many that pray to us? Are there many that consider me to be a virgin? Who was a virgin, beloved? Was precious Magdalene. And then she became the mother of children of my son. She was as loved by me as my own daughters. Understand, beloveds, that the stories that have been told, it is much like your game of telephone. They have been twisted and they have been turned. But what has happened through all of this is that there has been a truth and an underlying knowledge and wisdom of what it is that actually occurred. When you allow yourself to fall back into the wisdom of your own understanding, which occurs when you allow yourself access to your own records of incarnation, you will find that if you are watching this video, you have indeed somehow participated in these societies. You are drawn through magnetism to the wisdom and to the words of what it is that is meant to be heard by you so that you can allow yourself remembrance. Take all places in which you feel any shame or any guilt, any horror for what has happened to you. If any of you were ever abused as children, was it truly abuse? Or was it a choice that you had made to have an experience of something in recompense for when you had perpetrated that upon another? But beloveds, was it truly perpetration, or was it yet another experience to be had? For you see, when you can allow yourself to come and understand that all things happen in neutrality, and then there are judgments that are cast upon the event, saying, this should not have occurred. Beloveds, how could you deny what has occurred and say it should not have been? For it was what it was. You would be seemingly going against the laws of nature when you truly allow yourselves to understand that there is one truth, which is that everything it is that you experience and everything it is that occurs because you yourself have desired to experience it. For that is really only the truth that can be known, that can be held, and that can be understood by you. You have somewhere created the desire to experience what it is that is occurring in your existence. And for you to say, I did not want this to happen, you are not being honest with yourself, beloveds. It takes a great soul of profound levels of responsibility to be able to say everything that has occurred, I have desired. When you can realize that you have desired to experience everything in the universe, then you can come into the levels of consciousness, Christed consciousness, as my beloved son has done. We learned from him, we watched him. And when he allowed his body to vanish, we thought he was gone. And then when he reappeared, understand that our concepts of what reality were indeed altered forever. We have had many, many appearances where we have shown ourselves to those who have prayed for us. Here is what we wish all of you to know, beloved ones. Everything that is happening for you to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to remember love. There is nothing that is being done to you that is against your will. And as soon as you allow yourself to remember that, You will be able to find peace upon your path. You have asked for everything. And when it comes to the end of this incarnation and you begin to do your soul review, you will allow yourself to remember, you will allow yourself to see that it was all done with the will of higher self and the will of the oversoul. Now, these may seem like fantasies to you. These may seem like angels and archangels that you cannot fathom that truly exist. Imagine if an angel walked into the room right now and spread its wing from window to door. It would fall to your knees, blinded by the light. But beloveds, understand that this is your own light from within. You look and you say, I see nothing but my darkness, because that is what you seek. Beloveds, we would ask of you to begin to look for the light in all things rather than the darkness. Begin to look to see what is right with things rather than what is wrong. When you come together in communities, admire one another. I love what it is that you are wearing. It is very complimentary to the color of your eyes. I love what it is that you are saying, for I can see that there is truth and wisdom in your words. I love what it is that you are doing, where the planting of your fields will yield incredible crops. I love the way in which you are singing, for your music sounds like musical notes from heaven. Look for what is good in all, and most importantly, beloved, look within and see what is right within you. And as you do this, you will find that there will start to be a transformation in the fabric of your existence. You will forgive yourself for the places where you have felt false. And this is indeed an aspect of what it is to be within what is known as the quantum realm. For in the quantum realm, all is seen and all is known and all is transparent. There is no separation. There is nothing that gets in the way of being in one location. As soon as you think a thought, it is manifest immediately, right in front of you. You can be in several places at once. And all of you are taught how to access this field in the conversation that you had with beloved Hathor yesterday. What we want you to do is to release yourself from the shackles of blame and shame and guilt and longing and desire. There is nothing you need long for, beloveds, for it already exists. Think only of what it is that you desire and you will manifest it. The speed, the alacrity at which that will come to you is based on how many notions you have that say, I cannot have this thing. I am not worthy of this thing. I am not deserving of this thing. Beloveds, you are worthy and deserving of everything, for you are indeed all angelic beings. We could not be having these conversations for you any other way, for you any other type of being. Everything happens by contract. Everything happens by agreement. You must ask yourself, what have I agreed to be? What have I agreed to do? What have I agreed to know? What have I agreed to remember? Consult yourselves within, beloved. The true understanding of everything already exists within you. Are you willing to allow yourselves to remember the beauty, and the grace, the innocence that you are? Indeed, all beings are innocent, and yet you continue to find yourselves guilty. Why? Why is such a beautiful question. Why would you allow yourself to look upon you, to look upon anyone else as anything other than the pure expression of light and love that you truly are? So we would ask you, beloveds, to begin this journey of going within, allowing yourself to know and to see only the truth. Do you know what the truth does, beloveds? The truth sets you free. It sets you free from the shackles of what you have bound yourself with, which is egoic thinking that there is something wrong anywhere. What we can assure you, beloveds, is that there is nothing wrong. There never has been, and there never will be. So may you go with the light and the love of truth, of knowing that all is as it should be. Beloveds, we would like to open this platform to questions or queries that you may have. Is there any answer that we can provide to you of questions that you may have? Any ways in which we may serve you? Anything that you would like to know? Very well. If you find that there are questions, please circle back. Be happy to answer them. You can have anything that you desire, and you do. Allow your desires to become grander. Allow them to stretch beyond your imagination. Allow yourself to think in such volume. What would it be like to remember the power of being a star? What would it be like to be able to shine upon billions of souls? For there is only the most minuscule aspect of you that exists here within this time-space continuum. Our blessings go with you always. Beloveds, the invitation that we have is for you to call upon us, not us as known as a Christian icon, for that is not the truth of us. Call upon us as a being who has well-traveled the same paths that you are upon now, and allow us to provide guidance. We thank you always for your presence, for your attention, and for your love. You are so deeply loved by us. Greetings and salutations, beloved ones. We will speak with you again. Thanks for watching. We'll take a little break and then we'll come back with Archangel Michael. See you guys in a bit.